Hi, welcome back to the channel. This week we're looking at the 1.1 update to SubNinja. A few of you might remember that I looked at this a little while ago and I really was impressed with it, but there were a couple things that I thought could just take it from being an excellent plugin to a fantastic plugin. And I'm happy to hear that those changes have been implemented. But more than that, I think that it just proves that the developer is really listening to what the community needs. Personally, I think that's the main takeaway, and it really encourages me to support him even further. So the first of these, which is mainly applicable to DAWs like Ableton Live, which doesn't really have adequate plugin delay compensation, is the ability to add a manual offset into SubNinja. So let's just play back this loop here. I have SubNinja currently set to the bass channel. So let's play this back. And you can see we have the kick here, and then we have the 3 bass notes, and then the bass ends exactly where the next kick hits. And then we obviously have that 4 times for the bar. So looking perfect. However, if we now add a Pro Q or any plugin with high latency for that matter, I currently have this after SubNinja, so it's not having any impact whatsoever. It is set to linear phase. Now if I move this plugin before SubNinja and play this back, just to clarify, there's nothing happening at all within Pro Q and the plugin is even off. But when I play this back now, you can see that the readout has completely gone skew-if. It's now saying that this bass overlaps this kick. And obviously that's completely useless when I'm trying to measure it against the kick or to understand what's happening in the context of a track. But now I'm happy to say that if we go up to the top right here and we click on Show Manual Offset, you see this little box appears to the top right. And that can be manually adjusted, like so. Or to be even easier and 100% accurate, if we go down to the offending plugin down here and we hover over it, we can see below that, I can't move the mouse because it will disappear, but if you see below that, it says latency 5120 samples, 106.7 milliseconds. So now let's go up to our offset box, type in 106.7, and now let's play this back, and it is absolutely bang on. It's exactly where it should be. And also, just if it wasn't clear, I just want to clarify that this isn't a Pro Q specific issue. It's any plugin that causes latency. I just selected Pro Q because it's an easy way to set up with linear phase. So really a hugely welcome addition having this manual offset feature. One of the other changes, which I'm not really going to demonstrate but just explain, is the optimization of the code. So I believe some people had issues running multiple instances on the initial version, but now that the code has been optimized, you can run multiple instances, even with slower computers. But let's now get into the second or third, should I say, update, and that is sidechain inputs. So personally, for me, this is the big one. So the way to set this up is if you go to the top right again and you click Enable Sidechain Inputs, you can see these 4 little boxes appear telling you which of the sidechains you would like to activate. Let's just keep sidechain 1 active for now. And now the way I have this set up is slightly different to the way Jay recommends. So the way he envisaged it is if you set up a return track like so, and then you do here, let's send it to the bass because we know that that's where the SubNinja is on, and then you select the sidechain inputs down here like so. You obviously need to send the track that you want to appear as the sidechain source as a send, like that for example. So that's the way Jay envisaged it would work. The problem that I found with that though is that I like to use groups. So I don't have this set up at the moment other than a kick and bass group. I usually have a percussion group, a leads group, and an Atmos group. These are just stems for the purposes of this video. But by setting it up as a return track, if I now click solo, it doesn't work because I still have the other stems, and that's because the return track gets confused. This is an Ableton issue, this is not a SubNinja issue. It's just the way that Ableton is configured. But the way that I have it set up is, as I said, slightly different. Let's delete this return track. And now what I've done is I've set up an audio channel here, and I'm taking the audio from the kick, then I'm sending it to the bass channel because that's where SubNinja is on, and then I'm feeding it to sidechain 1. So now when I play this back, it's exactly the same, but yet I can still do the groups, like so. So I think that's a really clean solution. There is just one tiny little change now that I think if it was implemented, it would just take it to a whole nother level, and that is linear phase mode. So if I put this on length 1, it doesn't really matter, but it's just easy to visualize. And when I move the frequency down, you can see the bass, it will actually move out of alignment with the kick. So it's about to start now. There we go, it starts to move out of phase. So if I'm trying to align the phase with the kick, currently I'm unable to do that in Sub Ninja. So for now, I still have to use other oscilloscopes for this purpose, which is a bit unfortunate because I would like to have one self-contained solution. But as I said right at the start, Jay is really listening to what the community wants. So hopefully, fingers crossed, this is implemented in future. But all in all, a really welcome update. It's free for anyone who already has a license to this plugin. So if you already have it, go check it out. But for anyone who doesn't have it yet, I'm happy to say that there is a limited 20% discount available just after this video goes live. And that is valid for 2 weeks. I'm not going to say the code in this video because after 2 weeks it will be redundant. However, check in the comments. If the code is listed there, then you know that it's still valid. So thanks for watching and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.